guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. Recently I made an episode talking about how eBay was contributing to the downfall of video game collecting as a whole. And I got a lot of responses from a ton of people on that video. A lot of people were saying that eBay's not that bad. It actually helped them find their collection and find games that they wouldn't be able to get anywhere else, or collect internationally, which wasn't even available before eBay. And I agree, eBay does a lot of things really well for collectors. But this video I wanted to make to help people collect games for the lowest price possible for the highest quality available. And there's a lot of different sites out there and a lot of different avenues to go down. So I wanted to make a video to set the record straight. So let's get to it!
Please don't ever do that again.
I thought it was pretty cool.
No, it was horrible.
Well, whatever. Before I go too far in this video, I want you all to keep one phrase in mind. A video game is only worth what you are willing to pay for it. I know, it sounds obvious enough, it's the most dingbatted answer you could ever hear about commenting about a video game, but if you feel like the game is way too much money, that means the market has set the price at that, and you clearly don't want it as much as someone else who's willing to pay that. And if someone isn't willing to pay that, the price will naturally come down. I need to be reminded of it from time to time, and I'm sure most of you do as well. First off, a question I get a lot is, should I use eBay to buy my retro video games? Well, yes and no. If there's a specific game you're looking for that you can't find anywhere else, typically a rare game, then eBay is a good place to locate it. Just know you're obviously going to be paying a lot more there than anywhere else. But for the vast majority of us, most of the games that we'll be looking for are fairly generic titles that are available in plentiful supply. And for those games, I strongly recommend checking into Facebook groups, searching around seeing what people have for sale there. When I go looking for a video game, the first place I start is a Facebook group. There are tons of Facebook groups out there, and this is something that is fairly new to me. It's fairly new to a lot of people. I'm not talking about the Facebook marketplace. I'm talking about specific specific place to find games for better prices without the fees and worrying about all these other little things that are tacked on. Just getting the games from actual human beings that have sold plenty of games in their past. Facebook groups are the way to go this day and age. And while not all Facebook retro game groups focus on selling retro games, plenty of people in those groups talk about old retro games all the time, and it's an awesome place to get information about the prices that games are headed, or where someone finds a specific game, or what's available at what stores and who has what. Facebook groups have all the information you need. Don't have time to be making friends and shooting the crap with a bunch of Facebook users? Go to Facebook groups that are specifically for buying and selling old retro games. There are so many of them. The one I specifically use is called Video Game, Kiosk, and Collectibles Buy, Sell, Trade, and Discuss. It has over 5,000 active members on this group, and they have tons of awesome deals for video games every day there. There are also Facebook groups that focus on specific systems. I like to stick with the Collectors of America group, like for example Super Nintendo Collectors of America, Neo Geo Collectors of America, Arcade Collectors of America. There's literally a Collectors of America for pretty much any system that you'd be collecting for. And this is a great place to start if you have a specific system in mind that you're looking for, to go to one of these pages and post on it saying, hey, I'm looking for this game. Is anyone selling it? And see what the responses you get are. You might be surprised. Other alternatives to eBay include Craigslist and the aforementioned Facebook Marketplace. Both of these are fairly similar with how they work. People that you don't know post a picture of their games and they set a price for them, and sometimes it's way lower than what the market price is for it. Other times, and most often, it's way higher or at what the market price is for it, especially when compared to eBay. The reasons why I typically avoid Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace is I don't really want to go out and meet these people that I don't know. I feel like it could be kind of shady, or it might not be exactly what you want. And even more importantly, it's really hard to hold somebody accountable, especially on Craigslist, where all you have is maybe an email or a phone number, and there's nothing else. You don't know where they live, you don't know how to contact any authorities if they lied or sold you something that isn't real. But Facebook groups, a lot of them are closed groups where you have to actually ask to get access to get into them. But once you actually get into these groups by asking to be a part of them, they have a good reputation for the most part. I mean, obviously you'll have your rotten eggs here and there, just like everywhere else. But for me, my experiences on purchasing games from Facebook groups have been nothing short of stellar.
Yeah, right. The only reason you really use those Facebook groups is because you don't have any real friends.
No, that's not true at all. I have plenty of friends in real life.
That's funny. I've never seen you bring any of them by here.
You're just worried that I'm going to sell you on one of those groups.
Not only do you not have any friends, but you're also a moron. You'd be selling the star of the show.
No, you're not. Are you?
Oy vey.
eBay takes about 20% of the fees when selling a game to somebody. That's 20% of $10. That's $2 you lose. 20% of $20. That's $4 you lose. You're losing a significant amount of money the more you sell on eBay. With Facebook groups, it's just you got the game, here's the price for it, and you typically get PayPal for it. Sometimes people do friends and family on PayPal. Sometimes they charge the PayPal fees for it. Depends on the person, depends on your relationship. But typically, when you're going on Facebook groups to buy these video games, you're going to get them at a steep discount when compared to eBay. And on the other side of the fence, if you plan on selling any video games or systems, going to these Facebook groups and becoming a member of them to sell these, you'll save a tremendous amount of money on the fees. Instead of using eBay, you're going directly to people. And most of these people are repeat buyers. They have a good history. They pay up front, and I've never had an issue with them. Like I said, I'm sure people have had issues in the past, and that's one thing you obviously do have to worry about. It's not something I'm going to say doesn't exist here, because clearly we live on Earth and that kind of stuff's going to happen no matter where you go. But as far as what I've found with my success finding old retro games for better prices, or selling them and not losing money to fees on eBay, and meeting people and making pretty good friends on it, Facebook groups are a great avenue to go. So do I no longer use eBay? No, I mean, I still use eBay. Obviously, I'm not going to say I just boycott eBay because of their fees, but I'm a lot more careful about it when I go about using eBay. And typically, the only time I'm going to be buying games on eBay going forward is when they give like a $15 coupon off a $75 purchase or something like that. But for the most part, eBay is specifically for finding either foreign games or really hard to find rare games. Otherwise, go check out Facebook groups. There's so many different ones out there that you'd be hard-pressed to find one that's not going to be selling a game for you. You really don't have to look that hard. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments below if you use Facebook groups to buy and sell your retro games, or if you're just learning about this now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.